Hey there everyone. In this video I'm going to be talking about episode 12 of the three-body problem, which left the Cultural Revolution after the last episode's cliffhanger and took us back to the present day, well, 2007. We'll look at Ye Wen Jie's origin story, investigate Shi Qiang and Wang Miao's findings, learn how Sha Ruishan is involved, and discover what Wang Miao uncovers in the game. We'll see how the three-body problem game is a major factor in the story, how the writers and directors adapted the original book of the three-body problem for television, and how some of the characters have been accepted by the fans, despite not being what they were in the book. So make sure to hit that like button if you want to learn more, and keep watching to find out what this episode of the three-body problem is all about. Episode 12 of the three-body problem doesn't focus much on Ye Wen Jie's origin story, which had been prominently featured in the last two episodes. Instead, the episode revisits the present, focusing on the characters' attempts to uncover more information about the mysterious game, the three-body problem. Shi Qiang, Yu Hiwei, and Wang Miao, Edward Zhang, report their findings to General Chang, Lin Yongjian, who tells Shi Qiang that the players of the game include prominent scientists and intellectuals from all over the world. Suddenly, Shi Qiang realizes that they must investigate Ye Wen Jie further, because she is an astrophysicist, and her file is still classified. General Chang then reveals that Shun Yufei of the Frontiers of Science has been in touch with her, which surprises the investigators, as they thought she was dead. Wang Miao is particularly surprised, as he had defended her during their investigation at Luo's hospital. With the information they have collected thus far, Shi Qiang and his team decide that they need more help and enlist Sha Ruishan, Kong Lian Shun. He is an avid online gamer, and his guild is able to play the game as a group to work out what the point of the game is. The guild starts with killing people, much to the onlookers' surprise and amusement. Wang Miao then decides to step back into the game himself, where he meets players who are taking on the mantle of famous figures in history like Confucius. Important discoveries are made, but without giving anything away, it's clear that the point of the game is to solve the three-body problem so that the civilization can survive in the game world. Though the game scenes look like expensive PS5 cutscenes, they are produced by Tencent, one of the biggest video game companies on the planet. With the help of these visuals, the writers and directors managed to capture the interest and intrigue of the audience. It's evident that the original book of the three-body problem is not known for its comedy, yet the showrunner and director have included humorous dialogue to keep viewers emotionally engaged with the characters. This is seen in the scene where Sha Ruishan and his guild are playing the game, and Wang Miao says he's glad he didn't log in, as he probably would have been killed too. Overall, the pacing of the episode is still quite slow, but the audience knows that the cast is building up to important discoveries. With the different perspectives of the characters and their attempts to uncover the truth, episode 12 of the three-body problem leads us to the brink of a resolution. In order to gain further insight into the three-body problem game, the group uses engineering student Sha Ruishan to enlist the help of his guild. Sha Ruishan is an avid online gamer who organizes a raid for his guild that's akin to a raid in World of Warcraft. Initially, Sha Ruishan and his guild just go around killing people, an action that leads Wang Miao to comment that he's glad he didn't join the game when they were playing, as he probably would have been killed too. Sha Ruishan's involvement in the investigation is played for comedic effect, as he brings his gamer insight and enthusiasm to the group as they search for clues. This contrasts with the rest of the group's serious approach and reminds viewers that, despite their intense mission and challenges, the characters are still relatable and can bring levity to their situation with their quips and banter. The writers of the show include these comedic elements to provide some lightness to the show and serve to remind viewers that the characters are people and not just on a mission. While the action of the three-body problem game remains one of the major factors throughout the story, it's the character and dialogue interactions that hold the most interest for viewers. For this episode, we also get to see a father-daughter bonding moment between Shi Qiang and his supposed niece when he is tasked with taking her home from school. It gives viewers the opportunity to learn more about Shi Qiang and understand him through his playful scenes with the child. At the start of the episode, Shi Qiang sums up the plot for the viewers, a technique that helps keep viewers invested in the mystery as we follow the character's journey to uncovering the three-body problem game's secrets. Throughout the entire episode, there are also many moments of pivotal plot points, yet they lack the visuals that more cinematic shows may lean on to deliver the action on screen. Pacing remains an issue for some viewers, yet the makers of the show have chosen to stick to their direction, allowing viewers to get to know the characters before following them on their mission to uncover the game's secrets. At the end of the episode, we are left on the brink of a resolution, but wondering what will happen next. With the investigation of the three-body problem game underway, Shi Qiang and Wang Miao are once again meeting up with General Chang to report back on their findings. They explain that prominent scientists and intellectuals around the world are among the players of the game, and Shi Qiang updates General Chang on their need to investigate science grandma, Ye Wen Jie, due to her connection to the game being so essential. The two men believe that Ye Wen Jie may still be alive, but due to part of her file being classified, they cannot discover her whereabouts. Shi Qiang and Wang Miao turn to Shun Yufei of the Frontiers of Science for help. Shun Yufei reveals that Ye Wen Jie had been in contact with him prior, leading them to believe that Ye Wen Jie is still out there. The two characters have changed since the start of the series, and it is clear that the investigation of the three-body problem has affected them both greatly. Shi Qiang has taken a more reserved stance, offering his advice but seemingly willing to take a step back and let others take the lead. Whereas Wang Miao, although still quietly analytical, is willing to take greater risks and experiments with the use of the game, attempting to draw greater conclusions. Shi Qiang and Wang Miao's combined efforts push the investigation of the game further. Despite their vastly different approaches and perspectives, the two characters' differences drive the development of the case further and provide viewers with insight into the mysterious world of the three-body problem. In order to gain more eyes in the three-body problem game, Shi Qiang, Wang Miao, and Xu Bingbing turn to Sha Ruishan, an avid online gamer. Sha Ruishan enlists some of his guild in order to play the game as a group, and not just one individual, which would allow them to better figure out what the game is and the objective of it. He takes to the task very seriously, organizing a raid like one in World of Warcraft, and at first, they simply go around killing people, thinking that is the aim of the three-body problem. Wang Miao explains that this is not the objective and expresses his relief at not having logged in during the raid. These scenes look incredibly expensive and impressive and are made possible by 3A Games, the Tencent game production house that is responsible for the game's development. Eventually, Wang Miao discovers the point of the three-body game during the latest stable era. Players take on the personas of famous historical figures, and Confucius, who was frozen during the previous moment, believes he has found a principle to define the movement of the sun. He meets a player who has taken on the role of Mozi, a philosopher who has constructed a primitive computer meant to model the universe. He believes his model can predict when the sun will set and rise again, but the sun abruptly flares up and burns away the civilization and all its inhabitants. Wang Miao reveals the truth behind the game, that the point of the three-body problem is to figure out a way for the civilizations within the game to survive, eventually thriving. Aspects of the game are incredibly impressive and realistic, ensuring that the audience is fully submerged in this mysterious world. The episode is incredibly well written and allows viewers to explore the game in a more emotionally driven way, as each of the characters within the episode bring their own desires, fears, and motivations to the game. As is true for the entirety of the Three-Body Problem TV series, Tencent's video game expertise has aided in creating a realistic game environment that allows the audience to truly experience the power of the three-body game. Shi Qiang, Wang Miao, and Xu Bingbing decide Sha Ruishan's expertise in playing video games make him the perfect addition to their team in order to help solve the three-body problem. Of course, Sha Ruishan is more than game to join, seeing it as an opportunity to take part in an epic fantasy game. Sha Ruishan is incredibly enthusiastic about joining in on the three-body problem game, and his determination to help out doesn't waver. He approaches the task seriously, bringing both his expertise in video gaming as well as a passion for being part of something bigger. He pulls in his guild in order to take part in a raid, similar to the ones seen in World of Warcraft. At first, Sha Ruishan and his guild attack the world, believing that this is the extent to their task. However, he soon learns that the aim of the game is not to simply run rampant within the world, and he is embarrassed when Wang Miao informs him that this road would not lead him to success. Despite this false start, Sha Ruishan remains determined and keeps investigating the game further. His determination pays off, and he eventually aids Wang Miao in learning the objective of the game. Sha Ruishan's enthusiasm, as well as his expertise in gaming, proves invaluable, as he helps reveal that the point of the game is to find a way for civilizations within the game to survive and even thrive. Without Sha Ruishan's input, the team may never have discovered the core purpose of the three-body problem. It is this enthusiasm that helps push both the team, as well as the audience, closer to the truth. He also provides some great comic relief to the mysterious sci-fi environment as he excitedly launches into an attack within the game, embarrassing himself when he then realizes the foolishness of his idea. Sha Ruishan's enthusiasm for the three-body problem game does not go to waste, as he also provides Wang Miao with some comedic moments. Wang Miao logs into the three-body problem game for a second time, more determined to figure out the problem. What he discovers is truly wonderful and thought-provoking. He encounters a civilization of players, some of whom have taken on the roles of famous historical figures like Confucius. He then meets a player who is embodying the philosopher Mozi, and discovers that Mozi has created a primitive computer which can model the universe, and believes that it will eventually be able to predict the conservation of the sun's movement. But the sun unexpectedly flares up, and the civilization, along with everyone in it, is destroyed. This leads Wang Miao to realize that the game's point is to solve the three-body problem and ensure that a civilization can exist and thrive in the virtual world. This discovery also makes him certain that he must continue playing the game to unlock its mysteries. The cutscene of the game looks almost like a high-budget video game, particularly because the show is produced by the massive Tencent video game company. It's a great visual addition to draw in the viewers. The discoveries made in this episode prompt the viewers to want to keep watching this thrilling and imaginative story. Plus, who doesn't love visualizing a world of historical figures and science experiments? Be sure to hit that like button, comment your thoughts on this episode, and subscribe to not miss the rest of the amazing story. Don't miss out.